Hey guys, welcome back to the Three Knocks at Midnight podcast. My name is Gabe.
And I am Gato.
This is your source for any horror related items, media, or anything that we talk about that's horror related. Hope you can join us on this journey. Today we are talking about Reddit. Reddit itself, I think, is a horror story. But anyway, there's a subreddit that I found called Short Scary Stories.
Okay, and the title is Today is the 30th day that I've been imprisoned in my own home. I look over from our bed as my husband paces back and forth, visibly distressed. He does this every night. I've been stuck here a month now, and I've stopped trying to ask for forgiveness because I know it won't work anyway. It shouldn't have to come to this, I hear him mutter. He can't stand to look in my direction. I know why I'm being held captive. I probably deserve it. I effed up. I effed up hard. I had an affair with my boss. It lasted 3 months before my husband saw the text. There was no denying it. They were quite explicit in nature. Of course, I got defensive, telling him that he wasn't meeting my needs and that I would be happier without him. I've never seen him so angry with me. That was the first time that I felt threatened by him. I didn't know he was even capable of making me feel that way. I can't even tell you why I cheated. I don't think I was attracted to the guy. I just needed an escape from reality. I've been miserable for so long, it was easy to blame it on my husband. Now I can see that I was always the problem. I've ruined everything. I watch him as he continues to pace back and forth. He finally looks over at the bed. His eyes are a mixture of sadness and rage, and he is so angry with me. He is still so angry with me. Why, Kathleen? Why? How could you do this to me? All I can do is stare. I've destroyed my family's lives. I wanted the easy way out. I wanted to end the misery, but now I am more miserable than ever. When I sat on his bed exactly a month ago, I thought I was finally going to be free. I can remember the stream of tears rolling down my face and the way my hands shook as I shoved the barrel of the gun up my throat. But moments after I pulled the trigger, I knew something was wrong. My soul lifted from my body. I could see myself from above as I lay lifeless on the bed, blood soaking our sheets, but I didn't feel free. I felt more trapped than ever. I've been stuck in this house ever since, by some force of nature that wants to punish me for my sins. Now every day I have to watch my husband break down at night. I watch him drink his sorrows away and drown his screams in the shower. I watch my daughter ask if mommy is coming back. Too little to understand what mommy did to herself, she asks if I'm angry with her. I watch my disabled mother stumble around the house as she struggles to care for my child. I am imprisoned in this house to atone, my soul condemned to witness the pain I've inflicted on my family.
That's good.
That took a turn I was not expecting.
Yeah, trigger warning. Trigger warning. There's suicide on this.
There's unalive in this.
Unalive. Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Is this something YouTube's gonna accept?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I guess we'll find out, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
We get 3 strikes, right? So
yeah, you're right. You know what's interesting? When I started reading it, I didn't know it was gonna go that direction. I thought it was gonna be like just like abusive husband or something.
right.
Um, and I was a little. I don't want to say that I was worried that it wasn't gonna be a scary story, but I just didn't expect it to take that turn, just out of nowhere.
Man,
But
that's good. Let's read the next one.
all right.
All right. This is from user Forgotten Well, the Twins of Terror. Apparently, that's their flair. My husband doesn't want to quit drinking. I never realized how much my husband drank until I got pregnant. I guess I was drinking a fair amount myself. 9 months of sobriety. I asked him to abstain with me, but he wouldn't. After I had our daughter, I never felt the need to drink again. But he started drinking more. There were lots of sleepless nights. Our daughter, God I love her, was a horrible crier. How can such a little angel make such a horrible noise? I knew things had to change when I came home. from a morning shift and he was drunk at 1 in the afternoon. I got upset with him and he struck me. Once he sobered up, he promised he'd never drink again, got on his knees and begged me to stay. I agreed as long as he stayed sober. He dumped his liquor collection down the drain, every bottle except one. His father had gifted him some Macallan whiskey. It was expensive and the last thing my father gave me before he died. It never sat right with me. I was worried something might set him off, that he'd be right back in the bottle. So when he wasn't around, I got some rat poison and dosed the bottle. Several boxes, just to be sure. If he ever drank even a drop, it'd be his last. But he never did. Weeks went by. Soon, 6 months. He was much happier, more positive. He laughed like he hadn't in years. I came home from work and he was rocking our daughter delicately in his arms. She was so quiet. Ah, she's so peaceful. You should have heard her earlier. Was she being fussy? Wailing. Must have been teething. How'd you get her to stop? An old wives' trick. A little whiskey on the bottle.
Bro.
Jeez.
That sucks.
This is heavy stuff.
It's heavy. It's like kind of depressing. I was thinking it was gonna be more
Like
like scary.
terrifying, yeah.
Yeah, like more terrifying. But these just make me feel like dead inside. But let's try let's do another one. Let's see if we can find something that's not maybe you know, unalive related. So this next one is called Teacher's Pet. This is by original Loquat 3788. Teacher's Pet. Everybody hated Colin O'Mara. One time we were making soggy moggies, wetting toilet paper, and throwing it at the ceiling, and he came waddling into the toilet and ran straight to Mr. Driscoll. Well, that landed us in detention. Every day he brought in a shining red apple, put it on Mr. Driscoll's desk, and received a pat on the head like a good little boy. And all of the teachers felt sorry for Colin because he had something wrong with him. When he was a small kid, he tried to catch a rugby ball and it had hit him in the face. He had one blue eye and one eye blue and one eye brown. Heterochromia, I think they called it. Yeah, I think that's right. Mr. Driscoll gave me the creeps. He wore a black suit like an undertaker and slapped down his black hair in a center parting with so much wax it looked plastic. He had this merit chart on the wall, all of our pictures up there, and the one person who got the most got to pick the name of the new class hamster at Christmas. Of course, Colin won, and he picked Mr. Fudge because Colin liked fudge. Anyways, just before Christmas, Colin went missing. His chubby cheeks all over the news. He'd stayed behind after class one day and vanished on his way home. Well, we had to stay for a special assembly, and they brought in grief counselors, but as horrible as it is to say, nobody really missed Colin that much. After Christmas, we had to study for our exams, and I really knuckled down. Mr. Driscoll said he was pleasantly surprised by the improvement, and then the other kids started calling me Teacher's Pet. We got our new class hamster after Christmas too, and we honored Colin in a small way by keeping the name Mr. Fudge. One night, Mr. Driscoll asked me to stay behind. You know, William, if you keep this up, you'll get to name the new hamster after the spring term. He took Mr. Fudge from the cage and held him a little too tight for my liking. Thank you, sir. Would you like to play with Mr. Fudge? I hesitated, but it seemed like an order more than a question. I could feel Mr. Fudge's belly rubs between my fingers. His heart beating so fast it was one continuous motion. And then I looked into his eyes, and it was the scariest thing I ever saw. One was blue, the other was brown. And don't listen to the other children, Mr. Driscoll said in that drawling way of his. There's nothing shameful about being the teacher's pet.
That's
There we go.
that's good. That's like a
That's a
Goosebumps type story,
yes.
you know?
It's exactly what I was thinking. I like it. When you read these, do you want to like make short films about it?
Yeah, like I can kind of visualize it now. Like, how would I shoot this?
Right? I have that problem too. Better not read too many of these because otherwise we're gonna end up making a horror short film that we would have to post on the channel,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
people may or may not like that.
I wonder if we could like, if you could like message these people, these users, and like, hey, we loved your story. Wonder if we can make a short film of it. I'm sure they'd want us to pay them for the rights and all that stuff. So,
Possibly. It doesn't hurt to ask.
right?
And we can always just be like very explicit and just be like, hey, we would like to make a short film. We would give you the writer's credit, but we don't have money.
That'd be like a 1% success rate.
Yeah. Ooh, I like the title of the next one. Do you want to read that?
Let's see, where are we at? The world ended yesterday by Lightning Boy 737. The world ended yesterday. At least I think it did. I woke up just fine, went downstairs, ate my cereal, waited for the bus. Took a while for the sun to come up, I remember thinking. Bus didn't come. Nothing surprising there. It's always late. Decided to head back home so I could drive to school. Car wasn't in the driveway. Now I was worried someone stole it. Walked inside to let my parents know and to call 911. Door wasn't there. Neither was the garage. I pinched myself then. Decided to call the police. 911 didn't exist. Neither did the school's number. Tried to put my hands in my pockets to calm myself down. Pockets didn't exist, or my hands. I tried to look around. My eyes didn't exist though, or my brain. So I don't think I'd be able to register it. I think I slipped on some ice. I wouldn't know. Ice didn't exist, and neither did slipping. Heard crying from someone's mom. Maybe that was me. Moms and crying don't exist, is the thing. Then I heard the voice, robotic, female. Error in simulation corrected, restarting to last memory backup. I bite into my slice of toast, like I do every morning for school.
Ooh, I like that one.
That's like Black Mirror almost.
Yeah. Do you think these stories are based off of like the shows like that? Like something specifically like Black Mirror or like Goosebumps?
I'm
Or
sh-
do you think maybe the shows are based off of writers that read stories on Reddit
Oh man,
and they're like, "Ooh,
that would be a big problem if that was the case. I think this is
I
such a
mean,
case of like someone being inspired by someone else and saying, "Oh, what about this twist to the story?"
but aren't we all just inspired by others and their work?"
That's the whole argument with the whole AI thing. I
Oh, it
mean,
is.
is it truly creative if it's just taking all these stories and being inspired by it? Or is it even
Hmm.
being inspired? Is it just predicting the next word based on what
It's
it
just the it's like
algorithm?
human
Yeah, yeah,
algorithm.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's interesting.
That's another topic for another day.
Yeah, AI is scary, and we will talk about it. Maybe we will, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next story. This is by Emma Watson. Nice. Oh, but dumber. No,
Wow.
that's the name. That's the name. Emma Watson, but dumber. Okay. Text of a teenage girl. I'm screwed. Did he see you? Yeah, I think so. But it's still strange. What's he doing? Is that a hammer in his hand? You said he went into the living room, right? Yeah, now he's apparently yelling at my mom, and I heard this bang, and now it's silent. Shoot, that sounds awful. He's forgotten to take his meds again. I swear to. Is that. Can I say that?
Goodness. I
He's
don't
worse
know.
and worse. I swear, he's worse and worse. You should just leave. And leave Cece here with him? What if he does something to her? He's so violent. At least go get some help. I hate him. I hate him so much. And I'm just so scared of him. Lock yourself in a room with Cece. Wait, I think he calmed down. You sure? Everything is silent now. Just keep updating me. I'm here for you. I hate it when he does this. It's so scary. I wish he'd just quit all of those drugs. He started seeing things. He literally screamed at us all evening. I'm so sorry. I really have to get him some help. I've made up my mind. I'm taking Cece and going to my Aunt Sarah right now. Stay safe.
The top one is the most recent.
Oh, you're supposed to read this backwards.
No, that's the twist, though. Wait. Let me hold on. Now I need to read this backwards. Oh, dead air. Anyway,
Do you want to read it? Do you want to read it backwards?
oh, nah. I think that speaks for itself. I think, wow, that's creative. Wow, I just, oh man, I can't process
Yeah,
this. My
it's
brain's trying to process this right now.
no. I think it's like it's meant to work both ways, obviously, right? Because you're reading it one way, and then it's like, hey, the top one's the most recent, where it like ends with basically saying, "Did he see you? I'm screwed."
Wow, that's great.
It's very creative. I really like that. Now, are you translating this into how are you gonna make a film that's filmed backwards but goes forward?
Actually, that'd be interesting. I mean, that's what have you seen the
Memento.
film Memento? Yeah, kind of does that.
Yeah, Memento is kind of like that.
That's a yeah, but that's. I mean, this is in text form, so it's kind of hard to visualize that. You kind of lose the essence of the story if it's not in this medium.
Yeah, that's true. It's
And
kind
then
of
there's
like
no way to
very specific.
yeah. Like there's no I don't know, I feel like this would be impossible to film because you would need to show everything at once. Because if you're showing it like as the text bubbles come in, then the ending doesn't work, you know? Because what you're visually seeing
Yeah.
is telling the viewer, oh, this is chronological. But then the twist is telling that it's not chronological. I think what you would have to do would be like film the text bubbles, but then reveal that it's actually rewinding. Oh, that's yeah, yeah. That's
It'd be interesting. I don't know that it's actually something that we can translate into
yeah.
a film, but I like this. It's very creative.
Good job, Emma Watson, but dumber.
Not so dumb
Yeah, that
though.
was very smart. Wow, that was good. Let's see. Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Okay. This is another one by Forgotten Well. The Twins of
Ooh.
Terror. 4 steps to keep your girlfriend forever. Step 1. It's the little things. Start small. You move her toothbrush from the spot she always leaves it in. When she charges her phone, you unplug it. And when she's not looking, your favorite opening, your favorite, you unplug it when she's not looking. Your favorite, opening the window in the bedroom. When she asks why you did that, deny everything. You never opened the window. She'll start to get paranoid. She'll start to feel like she's going crazy. This is exactly what you want. Step 2. All about loyalty. You start leaving letters in the mailboxes addressed to her. They say, I love you, Lexi. I need to be with you. You leave no trace as to who could be sending them. You make anonymous Facebooks and Instagrams. They message her, saw you getting home today. You looked so gorgeous. Now she thinks there's a stalker. Re-
Ooh.
Remember what your father told you. A scared woman is a loyal woman. Sure, he beat your mother, but you're not like him. You're smart. You're smarter, less cruel. You reassure your girlfriend that nothing will hurt her. You'll protect her. You even buy a pistol and leave it in the bedroom. You show it's you show her it's loaded to prove you mean business. Step 3, show your worth. You pay your best friend $100 to dress in all black and a ski mask. He's waiting outside your bedroom window. You've explained to him the plan. Once your girlfriend gets out of the shower and is alone in the bedroom, you'll text him the signal. The window is open. He'll open it and climb in. She'll be so scared, she'll scream bloody murder. That's when you'll run into the room and grab the gun and scare him off. A traumatic experience that will make her dependent on you for life. She'll never leave you. You'll be her savior. Step 4, expect the unexpected. You text your friend the signal and prepare to be the hero. But you don't hear your girlfriend scream. Instead, you hear gunshots. You run into the bedroom and see your best friend dying on the floor. You didn't know that much blood could come out of a person. Your girlfriend has lifted his ski mask. He points at you and barely gets out. He made me do it. Now she points the gun at your head. I'm going to ask you a question, she asks. And I need you to be honest. My toothbrush, the letters, and messages. This whole time, has it been you? Don't panic. Remember what your father told you. Women love to be lied to. Babe, I would never do that. She lowers the gun from your head to your stomach and then a bit lower. I hate being lied to, she says. She empties the clip. Holy smokes. Eesh.
Well, I'm glad I don't try to make my girl loyal that way.
I mean, that's...
Oh, sorry. How to keep my girlfriend forever. I love that top comment. More like 4 steps to get shot in the wiener.
Oh, man. Yeah, why would you do that? That's such a bad idea. Look at this comment. It says, remind me of an Am I the A-hole story where a girl was going crazy because her BF kept telling her for months she smelled bad, even when she was showering multiple times a day and visiting various doctors, only to confess she didn't actually smell bad, but his dad did the same to his mom and told him if he broke the girlfriend's confidence, she would never leave him. Jeez, that's a true story. Like, I wonder, like, if you just go to Am I the A-hole and then you're like, oh, let's tweak this and make it a story. That'd be the idea.
I think I feel like you can just give it a horror-y twist to any story. But Am I the A-hole, I think, also has a lot of like horror stories within itself. They're just like blanketed as, oh, it just kind of happens. Does that make? I don't know if that made sense.
No, yeah, no, that made sense. Yeah, these are like the stories that remind me of like Edgar Allan Poe type stories. You know, like modern. It's not like.
How familiar are you with Edgar Allan Poe?
I remember I like not rented. I checked out a book at the library that had a bunch of Edgar Allan Poe stories, and it was this one story about a guy walking down the street, and I mean, I don't want to spoil the ending, but it was like these people were like shocked to see him. And that's all I can say. They were
shot.
They were like afraid. They were shocked to see him.
Oh,
like afraid of him almost. That's about it. I can't tell you the ending.
I mean, I know who he is. I don't think I've ever read his stories though. I think when we talked about the show, and then you told me that it's like loosely based off of his stories, his poems or whatever. Like, that was a big surprise for me. Well, what's interesting about it is that after we talked about it, my YouTube algorithm started showing me like clips from the show, but it also like was like Edgar Allan Poe poems in the show.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and I was just like, huh, I never would have guessed. It seems like I need to culture myself a little bit.
I mean, his stories are now public domain, I believe.
So we can just look it up. And
Just read it, yeah.
are they pretty long stories though?
I think he has long forms and short forms. But yeah.
Because maybe we can have an Edgar Allan Poe uh day where we just kind of like talk about his stories and stuff like that. Whether we read the stories here on the podcast for whoever's listening, or we read them on our own time and then we talk about it afterward.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stories there. I didn't even know this subreddit existed. But they have some really good stories. It's like a modern day Edgar Allan Poe, Black Mirror-esque type stories. If you know any other subreddits or any places that we can find some good stories, let us know in the comments below. While you're there, make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you want to hear more of these type of stories, let us know. Or if you want us to explore other types of horror media or items, let us know as well.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
I'm Gato.
And I'm Gabe.
All right.
See ya.